My grandpa was one of the most admirable people I know. Almost every single time I saw him, he would say, Hita, you've got to give it 150%. And it wasn't about just giving the 100. It was about the extra 50. Hey there, I'm Victoria Marolis. I'm an actor. I'm originally from South Texas. My grandpa came over from Apodaca, Mexico when he was 11, met my grandma in Corpus Christi, and proceeded to have my mama, and then she had me. What's really specific about my grandpa is that he never really felt like he was out of place. He was really about his inner confidence and how that translated to his outer appearance. He actually had this belt buckle that said Joe, his name. He had one little hair that would be slicked back, and his mustache and his big smile. He was always about seizing every opportunity. When I was 12, I was like, I want to go out and work in TV and film. We had some family friends of ours, and the daughter had her first big movie premiere in Austin, and they invited us. So we invited my grandpa to come with us. We got to the Four Seasons, and I've never been to a place like this. This was one of the most beautiful hotels I've ever been to. And I felt immediately this sense of fish out of water, being in this environment that immediately felt so busy. I wasn't really used to. The cast and the crew and all the guests gather around in this big ballroom. We're in the corner. I'm trying to find a way to fit in. By the way, this was like a children's film. It wasn't my grandpa's type of film, let's just say. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, she's talking to these people. We don't know who they are. I wasn't comfortable with this situation, but I was very aware of who was there because it was this very famous director who was really well known for like bringing up the Hispanic community in South Texas and in Austin. He was over in the middle of the room and everybody was, surrounding him. He's got this hat on and his glasses and he's kind of tall. It almost seems like in my mind there's almost like a little light shining on him. My grandpa, he didn't know who this director was, but he knew that a director was important in a film. He said, I'll be right back. Proceeds to walk over in the direction of the light shining director, tapping him on the shoulder, the director turning around, and he's a lot taller than my grandpa, so he's kind of looking down on him a little bit, and he opens his blazer, pulls out this manila envelope. I'm like, what is that? And he hands it over to the director. So in this manila envelope, he had my headshot, my resume, a letter that stated, Hi, my name is Joe Marolis. My granddaughter, Victoria Marolis, is just starting out her acting career, and hopefully you take an interest and work together soon. Kind of like what I guess you would send to an agent or something like that, but definitely not hand it off to a director at his film premiere. My grandpa is over there talking to the light shining director, and I'm just like, no. What is he saying to him? This is going to be the potential ending of my career before it's even started. But the director was actually so kind to take 5 or so minutes with him and hear him out and have a genuine, nice conversation. He shook his hand again, kind of did a little this, said his goodbyes, walked back over to me with all his pride and his glory, and that is actually the beginning of my career, essentially. No, I'm just kidding. Nothing ever came from that. But I did eventually make my way the hard way, not going directly up to every single director, but finding the way that I could make it and having success in it. He came back over very pleased with himself, and I was like, what did you just do? And he's like, Hita, you got to go for what you want. So he was the best agent I ever had. I don't think that I would have made any progress had it not been for my grandpa and his go-getter mentality. Even though it was a super embarrassing experience for me to go through, if he felt like he did something, that makes me feel super good.
There's one little hair that would be slicked back, and his mustache, and his big smile.
Great, let's cut. That's a cut.
Okay.
You know, what is it?
What is that?
I want to go out and work in TV and film, but
Perfect. Let's get one last one. Do whatever you want to do. This is all yours.
I keep forgetting that I can say it out loud.
Yeah.
It's very strange. Okay.